Nah, they don't want him. They don't want him to succeed, man. Uh, the NBA don't want Giannis to succeed. Nobody that is, I would say, a part of this. I would say the in crowd of the NBA, they don't want Giannis to succeed, man. They they want Giannis. It's because they want Giannis to be the prototypical like player. Um, if that makes any sense, they want him. They want Giannis to be something that he's not. They want Giannis to be like everybody else, which is what you really should be happy about something like that. In the fact that he's being something that's much different than what people are used to catering to. You know what I'm saying? I think it's because the main reason why they don't want Giannis to progress as a player is because he's so much unlike a guy like a LeBron, or he's not like a Steph Curry. You know, his mentality is that old school, mentality. It's funny because I was listening to the homie Big Mike Two Raw earlier. If you're not sub to Two Raw, definitely sub to his channel. What's up with it, 3000? I see you in the building, bro. Y'all go subscribe to the boy, 3000 degrees, man. Okay, look. Let's say for instance, like Turab made a reference about the big man. Okay, and for those of y'all that don't know, I missed the way that the big man, where the game was played inside out. You know what I'm saying? I miss it, but I'm able to transition, and of course, I'm a guard, so by nature, I'm gonna love the perimeter game too. But it's nothing like having a big man in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Whether the natural big, the center position, or the power forward, the traditional power forward. But what he had made reference to is that he said basically that a lot of the younger generation, if you look at a guy that's like Jared Allen, um, like how he plays, you look at his game as, oh, he's not skilled, or he's boring, or something like that, or like a JaVale McGee, or or even a Dwight Howard. You look at those guys and you'll be like, man, them guys are not skilled, or whatever the case may be. But really, in essence, if you're trying to win ball games and you're trying to progress and you're trying to go somewhere as an organization, they are a joy to have. That's why they're on their roster. That's why they look for guys like that. But see, it looks so odd now. But back in the days, a guy like Dikembe Mutombo was a joy to have. They really wouldn't care if Dikembe Mutombo couldn't shoot, but he's a joy to have because he's gonna get you a rebound. No, no, no. That's all you needed him there for. He was a joy to have. But what was a plus is to look at a guy like Yao Ming. Yes, I said it, damn it. I said Yao Ming. I don't give a fuck what you say because everybody knows that Yao Ming was up in there. What's up with it, Jacob Jennings? I see you in the building. Now, everybody, yeah, make sure you sub to 3000, man. Yeah, trying to get that boy 3000. See, look, hey, Jacob already know over here, man. Look, man, I put on for everybody, man. I don't give a fuck how big you is. I don't give a fuck how small you is. You know what I'm saying? I put on for everybody. You know what I'm saying? You can have one subscriber, nigga. You can have a million subscribers. You know what I'm saying? There's niggas with damn near a million that come over this bitch. You know what I'm saying? And there's niggas that barely ain't got no subs. It don't matter. I'm gonna tell the whole world, and I'm gonna let niggas know. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't put me on, shit, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? That just shows what type of person you is. But like I said, man, support that boy 3000. Anyways, like I was saying, now, um, you know, they want Giannis to have some more pretty game. They want him to be, like I just mentioned Yao Ming. You say what you want. Yao Ming was so unlike Shaq, and people started to gravitate towards Yao Ming because it was just like, wow. Once he really started to get the NBA game down and started to blossom before, of course, the injuries took place, dog, you seen the footwork, you seen the post move, you seen that this dude could step out and hit jumpers. You see Yao Ming, while he wasn't the best, known for his defense or whatnot, but he displayed some toughness. He started to display some toughness, but he was very finesse and skilled as a big man. You know what I'm saying? In his short-lived career, and you started to see that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Well, you look at Giannis or whatever, and they're like, "Oh man, all you gotta do is put up a wall, to stop Giannis and all this other stuff or whatever." Well, uh, okay, that might have been true, several years ago, but you can't do that stuff now. You know why? Okay, when he first came in, he was raw talent. A lot of people didn't know he was handling the rock. He was handling the rock or whatever. J Kidd took a chance on him, you know what I'm saying? He even put him at point guard every now and then, not realizing that, not only are you enhancing his skills to some degree or whatever, you're doing like the Don Nelson thing, what I talked about a little bit yesterday, Jacob, when I was talking in reference to what Don Nelson used to do. He'll have like guys playing out of position or whatever, and positionless basketball to the point where you that's what you see now. Look at Jokic. He's fucking 7 foot, can handle the rock, pass it, shoot it. You know what I'm saying? Go in, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They're like, man, what the fuck is this motherfucker? Okay, never mind. You can handle the rock. Well, they used to say the same thing about Dirk Nowitzki. Well, they said the same thing about Giannis. Okay, this guy's 6'11" or whatever, but he just going in reckless like a monster, but not it. See, a lot of people think that Giannis is going in reckless. No, he's not. He doesn't go in reckless. Now, there's been times when he does go in aggressive and everything, but what you don't realize is how finesse he is for 6'11". He has such a long stride and everything that it makes you so dumbfounded to the fact, oh, how did he get to the basket with only 2 to 3 steps? They used to say the same shit about guys like Tracy McGrady or even Vince Carter. That with that first step that they had, see, I'm gonna really break the fucking science down to basketball if y'all really want me to. Sometimes I don't like getting descriptive and all this other bullshit. Everybody just gets too fucking technical. But if you want me to get technical, then I will get technical for your ass. Look, a first step, was really taught. If you're 6'6" or 6'7", between 6'6" and I would say 6'9", like McGrady was, of course, Vince Carter was 6'6", 6'7", or whatever. Jordan 6'5", 6'6", and everything. If you're that height or whatever, and you have a first step, they teach you in order to get to the basket with that first step off the dribble to maybe just use 1 to 2 dribbles, and then one to 2 steps, and that way you'll already be at the bucket, right? Giannis can take literally 1 to 2 steps and already be there. It was the same thing for Wilt Chamberlain and guys like that were highly skilled, highly athletic with a long ass wingspan. Kevin Durant can do it too. That's why when you see it, you're like, damn, oh shit, I couldn't believe he dunked that shit from that far back. But that's because he got such a long stride. That is a beauty to have. But see, when you look at that type of shit, and then you look at Giannis or whatever, you're like, oh, he's reckless. Oh, he's this, he's that. No, he's not reckless. How's he gonna be reckless and he has 15 rebounds? How's he gonna be reckless and he has like 6 blocks? How's he gonna be reckless and he's able to get defensive player of the year? If he was reckless, then he would be fouling out of the game. If he was reckless, he wouldn't be able to defend 1 through 5. If he was reckless, then he wouldn't be able to diversify his game, by stepping out and hitting the jumper, in which you said that he did not have. Diversifying his game by being able to hit the free throw, in which you said that he could not do, and displayed that in the finals. I have no problem with the way that he plays. Yeah, but the thing about it is, see, 3000. Listen, what you said just now, nobody was even saying that a couple years ago. You know what they were saying about Giannis? Oh, he's out of control. Oh, he's reckless. Oh, and let's take it aside from the skill point, and let's just talk about the accomplishment standpoint. Oh, well, he can't capitalize in the playoffs. Oh, if Kyrie wasn't hurt or anything, then he he probably wouldn't have no championship. Oh, uh, of course, going back to the skill, he can only do he's one dimensional. Oh, he's so easy to stop and all this other stuff, which is really not the case. And now that he's checkmating everybody on all these different fundamentals and these essentials and the intangibles that you're saying that he doesn't have, and all these accomplishments that you dog, he's got on his resume. Do you realize that Giannis got more on his resume than some guys in the NBA 75 have? You do realize that, right? How many guys can even, yet alone, just say that they got to the finals? How many guys can even say that they even got close to a Finals MVP? And to some people, a defensive player and the MVP in the same season, maybe that's not impressive to you. Hey, to me, it is impressive. Because it's impressive if you're not begging for the shit. He's not begging for no fucking regular season MVP. He doesn't care about that shit. He cares about if the Bucks franchise is gonna go somewhere. That's why he stayed there. And you got to give him credit, just like the Dame Lillard. You know what I'm saying? You got to give those guys credit. But unfortunately, Dame Lillard hasn't been as successful as Giannis. But the difference is that Milwaukee did their best, a better job of placing weapons around Giannis or whatever. But you know, the NBA doesn't want they don't want to market around Giannis. They don't want to market around Milwaukee. They don't want to market around Phoenix. They don't want to market a guy like uh, Chris Paul or Devin Booker. They don't want to market. They don't want to market those guys. Hell, you know, I know that they opened the floodgates and they did it. They did a good job on it, but it's just like they had to. It's like okay, we'll take the Warriors, but you couldn't help the the floodgates opening of how many people absolutely love Steph Curry, because Steph Curry actually made the game cool for individuals that were under 6'5". When you talk about anywhere from 5'10" to 6'4" or whatever, I mean, you should. I'm not saying that you should be watching Steph Curry or anything like that. But if you want to do something that's dynamic and you actually want to succeed and be able to have your game last for a very long time, then Steph Curry is a guy that you might want to kind of pay attention to, because think about it, when you're shooting and you're not playing a reckless style of basketball like Westbrook or like D Wade did back in the days and all that other stuff, your game's gonna last a little bit longer. Even James Harden, but James Harden is just he doesn't really he doesn't seem to take care of his body that well. I don't know how long he's gonna last. You know what I'm saying? I haven't. You know, I know he had the hamstring issues and stuff like that. But when you're walking into training camp, 300 plus pounds and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Steph Curry and guys like that, they're not doing anything like that. But the only reason I mention him is because he plays a style of game that's not really reckless, and it's more conducive to the perimeter. Said Trey Chambers. People just give Chris Middleton more credit. I know he's inconsistent. Man, what are these people doing? Inconsistent, but led the Milwaukee Bucks to the final game, 6-7, while Giannis was hurt, and he hit a clutch shot in Game 7 versus the Nets. I mean, look, yeah, that's great, and I understand that. Um, but Chris Middleton, listen, I never said anything about Chris Middleton, because let me tell you this: Chris Middleton actually has been the most consistent defender besides P.J. Tucker and Drew Holiday, and of course Giannis, of course. Chris Middleton led the league and led in the playoffs in defensive win shares. If you don't know that much about defensive win shares, go look it up. Listen, I know that he did that, but that was 2 games, and rightfully so. That's what he's supposed to do as 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 the part of the 1-2 punch. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what he was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I give Chris Middleton credit, but offensively, has he came up short in a lot of games? Yeah, he has, and that's what we're talking about in terms of his offense. But unlike a lot of other people, I give Chris Middleton his credit in terms of defense, because that's one thing that Chris Middleton has done. Now, there has been some times, man, Trey Chambers, when, like, okay, he pulled a Ben Simmons. You there playing hot potato right at the basket or whatever, man. Just either go ahead, lay that motherfucker up, dunk it, or whatever. Do whatever you got to do. Don't play hot potato and try to pass the. Like, come on, man. We trying to win. And a great player is gonna tell you to shoot the ball, or whatever. But nah, Chris Middleton, yeah, he does deserve a lot more credit. But in terms of the defensive side, he's always been consistent. That's in my eyes. In my eyes, you know what I'm saying? He's always given effort. Now, as far as offensively, yeah, he was a roller coaster ride, but he came up big when he needed to when he needed to. But anybody that tells you, a second that second guy, he's supposed to do that. He's supposed to come through. So he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything that people weren't expecting uh, expecting him not to do. But I'm not like other guys. I'm not gonna sit here and shit on Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton. he gave a lot of great effort, and it's the same thing with Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday, man, he would play poorly. He played altogether in terms of Drew Holiday's offense. Oh man, I was disappointed in his offense. But where Drew Holiday had came in and stepped in and was prominent was with the defense. You know, like because Drew Holiday was missing layups. You know what I'm saying? Like just miss. Just. I looked at Drew Holiday. I said, man, what the fuck? But I'm not gonna get mad at a guy that's of course he was first team on defense, and then on top of that, he did real good in terms of playing the passing lane and also of course, moving out on the perimeter. And on top of that, he stepped in rebounding too. A lot of people don't realize rebounding and blocks too. And he stepped in. He stepped in playing pretty good. But I don't listen. Milwaukee uh, is still hungry. They're still hungry. People are looking at these guys as if they're not the defending champs. These are the defending champs that you need to really be worried about. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna sneak up and they're gonna be off the radar just like they was last year. People are gonna be like, oh shit, where Milwaukee come from? And yeah, that's what you want. They're gonna probably do the same thing with Chicago. Probably gonna do the same thing with Charlotte. I'm still not going to sleep on Charlotte, man. I'm still not going to sleep on Charlotte. Just remember what I said. Still not going to sleep on Charlotte. But nah, I'm not gonna talk shit about Chris Middleton. Now this year he got to play a lot better. He got to play a lot better or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I think that if he was just a nothing ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? Basically, where he can't play defense or he can't play offense, then we'd be having a different conversation. But y'all really need to go check that out. Go look at his plus and minuses. Chris Middleton brings a lot more value than what you think. Okay, yeah, he might not be doing what you want him to do offensively, but you got to hand it down, man. Chris Middleton, man, he does play defense, man. He does play defense. Yeah, exactly. But don't nobody, see, when I say that, Trey Chambers, when I say that, man, people like it's like if you say, oh well, his defense, man, his defense is great. He sets good picks. He can guard the pick and roll. Don't nobody want to hear no shit like that. They want to hear, oh yeah, man, this dude was shooting 8 of 8 from threes. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what I was saying about the whole Steph Curry, that whole theory. You know, he'll shoot 8 of 8 and shoot over 50% from the field or whatever, but then your team is losing. I mean, what good does that do? But okay, Chris Middleton might shoot, let's say five of 12 or 5 of 13 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same token, this dude got 3 steals. He disrupting the other team's 1 to 2 to possibly 3 punches because he is 6'7". So he could switch off on various people. And on top of that, you know what I'm saying? He's grabbing a few rebounds there. And on top of that, he's playing good in transitional defense. But they don't want to hear nothing like that. They want to see, oh, they just key in on this guy, the fact that he's 5 or 13 or he's doing that. But he might have been 5 or 13 or something. But guess what? At the end of the stat line, it'll say, oh yeah, he's a plus, like a plus 22 or something like that because of the other stuff that he's doing. It's the same thing with guys like Nicholas Batum and stuff. Oh, you look, oh man, this guy ain't scoring nothing, but nah, but he got 8 rebounds. He got like 6 steals. He got like 3 blocks. It's like, but and they win in the game. More importantly, oh yeah, oh man, it's just like yesterday. John Morant, he only had 16 points. But guess what? His team won the game, and he didn't have to do nothing in the clutch this time. His other team came through. What's up with it, True Viking? I see you in the building. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. 3,000. Right, just like what Draymond been doing. I got Draymond as defensive player of the year. Yeah, man, Dray. Even though he didn't play yesterday, but um, Draymond. See, let me tell you, addition and even more serious because if you notice, Draymond has lost. You know, he's lost some. He looks a lot more leaner and stuff. And then on top of that, uh, one thing I will give Draymond, he played through injuries. He was playing through some injury, except for that one time when he said he wanted to go ahead and call it quit or whatever. I don't have. I mean, that's kind of tough, man, because uh, I, look, I'm a Sixers fan, and you got to give it to Thibault, man. I know Thibault hasn't really been looked at. You also got to look at Cam Johnson for Phoenix. Guys like that. But Draymond is up there. I know he's advocating for it because he said that he wants to do it. That's his whole goal and everything. But we'll have to see what happens. But right now, yes, he definitely does have a case and everything. But my only thing is that look at the great job that Thibault was able to do against a guy like Steph Curry going into that. Really, one could argue that was kind of, I'm not gonna say the blueprint into stopping Steph Curry or whatever, but guys had actually looked at that because then after that game, then you had the Indianas, and then you had that whole East Coast swing that he went through. Steph Curry had struggled from offensive wise, but um, and then I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of some. See, Jared Allen. See, nobody's looking at Jared Allen. Like Jared Allen, man. Jared Allen is a monster, man. Jared Allen is a monster. If you just look at the way that Jared Allen plays, man, like that's why the Brooklyn Nets. That's why you think they want him back. Yeah, and he's up there too. Look at I know they lost last night, and they didn't lose by that much. They were hanging with Golden State too. See, back in the days, they probably would have got blown out. But the fact that they on national television and they actually keeping up with Golden State, that actually says something. But I've been talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers the whole year. I know people getting tired of me talking about them. Yeah, Mikal Bridges. Yeah, of course, Mikal Bridges, man. How could I forget about my guy, man, Mikal Bridges? I forgot about Mikal Bridges too. Yes, Mikal Bridges, man. Uh, you know, and see, everybody's like, well, where's Mikal Bridges scoring and all this other stuff? Dog, you know who Mikal Bridges reminds me of? He reminds me of a shorter Robert Horry because he could do so much. He could shoot. He athletic as hell and will bang on your ass. And on top of that, he can hit crucial shots too, if necessary. And on top of that, he can defend. No, and it's not a type of defense that, oh, okay, yeah, he got it. No, this motherfucker is not only tenacious, but he fast and quick. Like this motherfucker right here, Mikal Bridges, man. That's a motherfucker dog. He kind of like like he makes me rem, think of like a guy like Robert Horry and fucking Michael Cooper, guys like that, man. I know that nigga Hitman X is listening to me too, man, because I know that nigga tripping out. You know I love some Mikal Bridges. Shout out to the boy Hitman. Man, Mikal Bridges is my guy, man. I forgot about that dude, man. Thank you for reminding me, Trey. How could I forget about that? Yeah, now you got to look at that and see. The thing about it is that they're 1 and 2 right now in terms of defense. To my recollection, if y'all find somebody else, let me know and correct me. But uh, it was Phoenix and Golden State were ranked 1 and 2 defensively. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey, Cleveland. I'm telling you, man. Cleveland is not your typical Cleveland team where you could just be like, ah, man, these guys are boring. They just gonna get blown out. No, 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 no. And on top of that, like if you look at them and the way that they play, not only like can you just you have to be on point when you play with them. They're not gonna just oh yeah like yesterday like I would say like a couple years ago you would have just been like yo they finna let the game get away from them. Nah, they gonna stay on your heels. They right on your back right there. They not gonna let the game get too far away from them. I'm happy that because for a while the game was going good. I was hoping that they stay with it. Even though I wanted my boy Clay to succeed, but and that's another thing too. I want Clay. They asked the poll should Clay Thompson go out for the 3-point contest this year. I'm not interested in none of that. I want to see Clay win defense. Listen, no, hey, look, I know Draymond's on the same squad and everything. But Clay is just as great of a defender as Draymond is. It's just Draymond. You know what I'm saying? He does a little bit. He does a little bit more in terms of the like the playmaking and stuff like that. But when you talk about lockdown defense and being able to guard the team's opposing player and being able to guard multiple positions, I mean Clay Thompson. I would like to see Clay Thompson win a defensive player of the year too. You know what I'm saying? At least before his career is out. Yeah, but they don't need. See, that's the thing. They don't need. Listen, y'all think that they need he need they need Colin Sexton. They don't need Colin Sexton. They're playing better without without Colin Sexton. You would have thought okay they would have just just plummeted. I mean, just all the way down. Small content or big. I like real. Raw, so I got you. Okay, 3,000. Yeah, man. Support that boy. 3,000, man. Yeah, but man. Look, we can sit up here all day and act like, okay, Chicago's not for real or Cleveland's not for real. We could say all of that, but we know that's not the case, man. And those teams that you used to look at, like even Memphis, like look at Memphis last night. They didn't have Brooks. They didn't have Adams. John Morant wasn't I'm not gonna say he wasn't himself, but he didn't put up no monster game or nothing like that, and they still was able to get the win. You can't just sleep on some of these these teams and stuff like that, man, that you used to think was trash and garbage and all that stuff. That's the wrong thing to do, because then they gonna take your lunch. They are gonna take your lunch, man. What's up with it, Lou? I see you in the building. Yeah, Lou. Rondo playing better on the Cleveland Cavaliers than Lakers. Like nobody seen that coming. I mean, look, man. Everybody plays better when when they get away from LeBron, man. It's like they feel like it's a breath of fresh air. But no, the thing about it is though, too, Lou. You also got to realize that there are no egos. Listen, the expectations over there in Cleveland, they're not that high. Listen, Cleveland ain't got nothing to lose, man. They don't have nothing to lose. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the boy Lou the Rider too, Lou the Rider Sport. They don't have anything to lose right now. You know what I'm saying? So they playing like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't got no egos. We ain't got no superstars. None of that. And they just having fun right now. The attention ain't on them. Ain't nobody expecting them to do shit. Hey, that's when, that's how they playing their best basketball. you know? I mean, I like it. I like that type of stuff. And look at like Phoenix. They, they got they have their own squad and everything. You know, that they had last year from the finals. They were in the trenches, but they young and they don't have no ego. I mean, with the exception, of course, of Chris Paul. I mean, D Book is still young. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, he's been in the league for a little minute now. So yeah, man. But it's just like when I look at these other teams in comparison to like the upper echelon teams and stuff like that, man. I I think it's a joy to watch. Like I like watching a team like Memphis, because it's like when you look at a guy like John Moran, like John Moran could be so cocky. He could be so cocky, and he could be just with his athleticism and his tenacious ability and stuff like that. Man, he could be the cockiest motherfucker out of this world. But he ain't like that, man. He's a humble individual, and he doesn't mind not having to shine. And when you have a team like that, full of motherfuckers like that, like a Cleveland, man, how could you not win? And on top of that, Chicago too. Nothing personal, but your Cowboys are going down. Now you know that's cap. I'm not even gonna listen. Hey Lou, hey, I can't. Man. They not. Hey, we gonna talk about. Hey, matter of fact, I'm gonna get on the predictions in just a few, man. Y'all got to pull up for the predictions, but um, that's a whole nother video, man. Let me get off of this right now, man, because that boy Luke. But see, look, hey, this is the thing, True Viking. See, Lou, like what? Like hey, Lou was Lou at the beginning of the season. That nigga didn't have no faith in the motherfucking 49ers, man. That nigga was like Jimmy G was trash. Uh, Shanahan needed to go. Yeah, I don't care if the game gonna start. Nigga. Look, you trying to get out of here now. Look, the game finna start. Look, see, your he thought I forgot. Oh, look, the game finna start. Hey, at the beginning of the season, that nigga Lou, that nigga didn't want to talk about Shanahan. That nigga was like, man, we ain't finna go nowhere. That nigga was like, yeah, we need to fire everybody. Oh man, like yeah, man, that nigga Lou, man, and look, I had more faith. Listen, I picked the Cowboys. Y'all know this. Y'all been listening to me this whole entire year. I got the Cowboys. Everybody was wondering, well, why you got the Cowboys? Listen, Green Bay is waiting. They're waiting on fucking on Brady and them. And I just like if they meet up, I just don't see nobody right now beating the Cowboys. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know, man. I think yeah, you did. You did give up on them, man. Don't even try that, man. No, nigga, your ass was talking about the Ravens more than you was the 49ers. Nigga, don't even try that shit. Nah, but let me go ahead and get up out of here, man. Polo Sports Talking Entertainment, man. I get at y'all later.